Let's see. All right, thank you guys for joining us today. A it's kind of a dismal day here in Michigan. It's like the season's changing. I'm sure it's much better where Paul is down in Naples, huh?
The air conditioning is blasting. Let's put it that way.
That's good. So uh, today we're going to talk about town sites. I'm going to let Paul start, do his magic, and then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to give you like the full demo, show you everything that town sites will do to help you uh, be the go-to agent in your community.
So I'm going to give you
So go
three
ahead, Paulie, take
things
it away.
to think about as we continue down this adventure. First, let's talk about that real quick. You'll notice that most of the time I use the word adventure. Journey is work. It's part of the dirty word thing. So think about this. This is an adventure. This is fun. So as far as I'm concerned, these three things I want to share with you before we actually unveil this whole town site thing is to just frame this environment, frame this call, frame your mind as to what you're going to be seeing. So the way that I do that is by asking a very simple question. So do you see yourselves as fun and adventurous as opposed to mundane and boring? We're agents. We're professional performers. This is fun. Setting the framework, right? This is fun. So also keep in mind, as you treat every opportunity as life altering, it becomes. It is in your life. Think about that. What you're about to see is life altering. The meeting you had with your financial advisor is life altering. The meeting you had with your accountant, with the owner of the dog grooming place, with the owner of the daycare. These are all life altering opportunities. When you treat them as such, they become. They already are. What did you do with them? It's about the framework with which you enter this environment. And then the last little tidbit I'm going to share with you, and if you've seen my videos before, I'm going to ask you, don't get Ross Perot. Don't get Ross Perot. Most of us know who Ross Perot is, attempted to run for president many years ago. He's a billionaire. I'm sharing this with you and saying, don't get Ross Perot, because when the two guys that invented Home Depot and created Home Depot on a napkin, they knew Ross Perot, they approached Ross Perot. They needed a $2 million infusion to get Home Depot off the ground. Ross Perot had different ideas about where the company should go, and he declined to make that investment. That same $2 million investment back then would be worth 90 billion today, with a B, boy, billion, 90 billion. I say don't get Ross Perot because I truly believe what you're about to experience in this town site is your Home Depot. This town site is bringing something to the table that the market needs, it just didn't know it, that the realtors are looking for but couldn't find it. You're getting to see this before it goes public. Don't get Ross Perot. For those that already have a site, you're going along for a magical adventure. For those that are seeing it for the first time, I'm sharing that example with you. So I'm setting the framework up with which we are to see this, right? Not through a microscope, through a telescope. Think big as you can, and then bigger. And then you need to check this thing out with the leverage it provides you. Not only seeing it before anybody else, but the leverage with which your communities need. They didn't even know this was available to them. So keep that in mind as we travel this magnificent adventure. Now, I can share mine, Lee, or would you rather share yours? The town site.
Uh, if you want to show yours right now, go ahead.
Okay. Now, for those that have been on previous calls, can you all see that, by the way? Is it up? Did I do it right?
There we go.
Okay, excellent. So here's the overview in the beginning, right? Hold your questions for the end. First and foremost, here's what I want to share with you. I see these, Naples, your community, your town, Philadelphia, your state, whatever it is, these towns, I see them as domains. Like some people buy domains, they hold the name, and 5 years later, somebody wants to buy the name and they sell it and cash in. That's kind of how I saw this when Lee presented it to me. Like a domain I can own. Let's first say this, gang. Exclusivity. Exclusivity. When a realtor, and we're specifically speaking to agents at this moment, but when a realtor buys their town's domain, it's yours. Lee made the magical decision to not sell this to other agents. It is exclusive. This is not a lead generation system that they sell to 8 other realtors. Have at it. Go get them, Tiger. No, this is yours. You own it. That's powerful because in the real estate world, we're always looking for something exclusive. It just doesn't exist until now. You own it. Now, I need you to think about this, not only short term, but look at long term. Let's look at this thing after 6 months or 6 years. What has it built to? What has this grown to? What is the value of this thing now? You own it. And if you elect in time to sell it, you have that right. It's yours. Wow. What could that be worth for you then? Forget about now. We're going to talk about what it's worth now. I'm talking about bigger picture. Remember, telescope, not necessarily microscope. So I buy Naples, Florida. I own it. Naples Now is the name of the site. That's a picture of me. Here's what the town site looks like as you scroll down. Here's where I go always first on the left-hand side of the screen. You'll notice that there are 3 articles on the screen. Town site scrubs all the domains in Naples every day. Scrubbing, looking, VAs, AI, ghostwriters, looking for all of the information about your town. All the goings on, the car show, the boat show, the circus, new restaurant, new karate place that opened up, whatever's going on in your town, from high school sports and athletics to a dance studio. It doesn't matter. Whatever's going on, Town Sites is scrubbing, writing content, syndicating and posting that content for you. And most importantly, you'll notice they put your name on it. There's my name on every single article. 3 articles a week are being posted on my behalf with my name on it. When somebody searches what's going on in Naples, this is getting pushed. Folks, I don't know about you all, but I don't have time to do all of that research and write these articles. Half the time, jokingly, Lee's like, oh, I didn't know that new restaurant opened up in your town. Did you go check it out? I'm like, what new restaurant? I don't even know what's going on. There's too much to manage. But Town Sites does that for you. So think about hiring someone to give you a social presence. It's not that they're going to go to Google. They're going to go to Town Sites in time. Google that. Look that up. No, Town Site that. Town Site that. That would be the thought process. Now, if I want to put more content up, I want to do something that I went to the new water ice shop that opened up and I take pictures or video or some scoops, or I do maybe a video interview with the manager. I send that to Town Sites. They edit post. I don't do it. They do it. Powerful stuff. I don't have the ability to do this on my own. If I want to do more than what Town Sites is already going to do for me, you have that ability. If you decide not to and just let Town Sites do the 3 articles a week, they got you. They got you. But think about this now. How quick do you want to move up the ranks? You want to help it out a little bit? You have that control. You have that power. You have that authority. You can do that, gang. On the right-hand side, you'll notice up here, we are establishing a partnership with a solar company. When someone clicks on this tab and ends up buying a solar package, you as the agent get paid because it will be tagged to your site. You don't do a thing. I'm not asking you to take roof measurements, square footage, go pick up the tiles. Nothing. You do nothing. You do nothing. That's a partnership they've established that's being built out now. When somebody does that, they just send you a check. Here's who bought it. Here's your piece. Below that, you're going to notice a bio on me. If somebody clicks here, it goes to a landing page for me. We collect the data, and they now go into the digital newsletter that's sent weekly. I don't write it. Here's where it gets pretty cool, as if it wasn't cool enough already. Right here it says support your local community professionals. We didn't want to just bring you this system that makes you part of the fabric of the community. We wanted to make it a profit center. You as agents, you tend to work with professionals that work with you. There are people that make money off of you. There are people that you make money with. These people, when they see this, they also want to be a fabric of the community. They want to be on the tip of everybody's tongue. God forbid I enter into a financial situation where I need a bankruptcy attorney's guidance. This guy popped up. Guess what? Town Sites now writes articles about bankruptcy. Lee, what would you like written? Town Sites will take care of that. You know what I did? I did an interview with Lee on a recorded Zoom call. Lee, when should somebody consider calling you? We went over all the bullet points. I sent that to Town Sites. They host it and post it. I don't have to do it. But folks, think about this now. As a real estate agent, I get business from a bankruptcy attorney. Do you? Listen to this. People don't sink the ships they sail in. Lee wants this town site to be a success. So he's telling his 1,000 followers about town sites, about where he's now located. Yes, this ties in with all of his social media. It ties in with his website. Everything is bridged together, which means every time something's being posted about what I'm doing or what's happening in the community, Lee's following sees that as well, because they're now all part of this. Exponential exposure is what I'm getting because my partners want to be part of this as well. I'm not bringing on 6 bankruptcy attorneys. I got a spot for you. I got a spot for you, folks. Listen very carefully. Limited seating is more profound than limited time. Limited seating. I'm bringing on a bankruptcy attorney, Lee. You want to come check this out? This is an experience, folks. This is not a website. There's nothing like this on the planet. Then we go to Reagan, homeowners insurance agent. Yes, I get business from a homeowners insurance agent. So should you. And when they see this, they want to be on it as well. And the exact same things I shared with you about Lee is with Reagan. Her reach is now my reach. Her following is my following. We're doing this together. And the more partners you bring to this site, the bigger your reach and the more intimate your engagement with them. They want to see the town site do well because they're part of it. It's not just about getting a referral. You know me, I say this all the time. My goodness, don't be a beggar. Don't walk around and asking for a referral. You're asking for someone to fill your empty hand. Give me a referral. It would really mean a lot to me. Really, what you're doing is you're affirming something you don't have. Empty hand. Fill it for me. Can you fill it for me? It's the exact opposite of what I teach. It's the exact opposite of what we're presenting today. As you scroll down, there's an accountant. Exact same scenario. Content is written about the accountant. What tips do you want? What tax tips do you want? You want to do a video? You want to do a podcast? Send it in. We'll host it and post it. We got you covered. Same thing, Medicare specialist down here, divorce attorney. Same thing, gang. Now it's not like, well, I'm just going to have a spot over there. No, how can we all get together and make this thing live and breathe and produce opportunities and income for all of us? That's what's happening with this section here. There is no limit. You can have as many partners on this as you want. And you're making the bigger investment. They get to make the smaller investment, but they get to go along this adventure with you and participate with you. This is a profit center. Think about this. A website focuses on the real estate of the agent. A town site focuses on the community delivered to the people by the agent. Entirely different philosophy. If I want to be part of the fabric of the community, I cannot just be hyper-focused on real estate. Anything and everything people want to know about this town, they can find it here. Anything you want to be posted, you give the domain to town sites, they scrub, host, and post for you. As we scroll down on the right-hand side of the page, If anybody ever enters your site and happens to enter their home address because they just want to see a value of their home and click get home value, in seconds, a full CMA goes to their email address with a map of the town, their house, and location of every house that's used to generate that value. You know what else is cool? You've captured the data and the agent is notified. Somebody just pulled a value. Here, go get them. Below this, there's the newsletter, which is digitally generated weekly. I don't do it. This is the equivalent, folks, of almost like a self-driving Tesla is the example I use quite frequently. Pay very close attention to this. The Tesla damn near drives itself. You don't even have to hold the wheel, but here's something you do have to do. You got to charge it. You got to open it, put your seatbelt on, and you got to put the destination in. And it does the rest for you. This is very similar. You've got to tell Townsite, this is what I'm looking for. Please tell me how to do that. Townsite puts everything together and then takes off. Up top, back to this screen here, you'll notice it says business directory. This is pretty cool too. Restaurants. Every restaurant in the town of Naples is listed. One-stop shop. The location of the map, the restaurants, their address. Everything's right here. One-stop shop. Now, if I'm at my favorite restaurant, I may be so inclined to take some pictures of the food I'm eating, or maybe even call the manager over and say, hey, listen, I got something you've never seen before. How about if I do a little interview with you to try and bring you some traffic? We're in the community. I support my community. I support the business owners in my community. That makes sense, doesn't it? Wouldn't you want to support business owners in the community? Let's do this together. Just out of curiosity, how many homes do you own? We'll talk about that later, gang, but you're going to want to put the people that have your people on the map. And when they see this, they're going to want to be on the map. They want to participate in this. So if you end up doing that video interview with the manager and you're talking about the magnificent food and service, come on down, send that video to Townsites. They edit, host, and post. They got you. And now everybody else gets to see that as well. Hey, Lee, don't forget, when you go out for a beautiful dinner with your wife, would you mind taking a picture or two of the food like I did? And if you're so inclined to interview the manager of that shop like I did, right? Match my energy, bro. Let's do this together. Let's get the exposure we all want. Let's have every single person in this community know who we are to the point where they're not saying Google it, they're saying Townsite it. Townsite it, because I'd rather support the local community, the business owners that make up the fabric of this town. That's the intention of what this guy delivered. And initially when I saw this, I fell out of my chair. I went and got my real estate license when I saw this. Because I've been coaching for quite some time, gang, and I've never seen anything like what this does. And by the grace of God, Lee has introduced this to me, shared this with me, and helped me, said, Paulie, you need to be part of this adventure with us, bro. Come on now. We need a national coach. We need someone that can present this well. We need someone that's in love with this like I am. That's done deal. What a beautiful gift. So I'm not going to get Ross Perot. I'm in. And now as we get closer to launching this publicly, I'm trying to share this with as many people as I can before it goes public, because at that point, it's like, hey, what kind of data you got, Paulie? Show me the algorithm. Where are the results? If you wait until we have those, your town won't be available. That's how I saw this. That's why I went and took the real estate test 6 times before I finally passed the daggone thing. I'm like, I'm here to agent. This test is killing me. Let's go. Let's go. So that's the front end. The part that I really love to share, the part that I really understand, comprehend, and can deliver to you guys. I'm going to turn it over to Lee now to pull the curtain back a little bit and go into the intimate details about the operation.
Well, Paul, that's a lot of energy.
I'm sorry.
No, I love it. I love it. Let me pull up my screen here.
I'm passionate and energetic about things that I love. things that I care about, things that I believe in. How could you not be energetic about this? How could you not be excited about this? Nobody else has it. That's my
All
thought.
right.
Go get him, brother.
So to just to recap everything that Paul said is so Town Sites is going to help you stand out as the go-to agent in your community and build a loyal following. We're going to help you improve your digital footprint, especially on Google. We're going to help you cost effectively reach buyers and sellers in your community all the way down to the subdivision. We have geo leads, we geo target all the way down to the subdivision. We're going to seamlessly create a community-based B2B referral network, and we're going to turn your community platform into a revenue-generating machine. So you already saw the town site. The only thing that Paul didn't show is if you click on one of the community partners, they are going to have their own landing page. They will have, we are implementing Google reviews, and those will be showing up next week. So it'll be all the reviews. So there's going to be partners are going to get an article written a month. They're going to have their Google reviews connected. They're going to also have call to actions in their digital newsletter. So there's a lot of value we're bringing to your partners who support your town site. I'm going to hop back to the back office here, and I'm going to go right to the content articles. So this is an example of all the articles that we write for you. These are just some of Julie's articles that we wrote for her, and you can see there's 5 pages of them. So it goes on and on and on. So think about a year from now, there'll be 100 and some articles, all in Northville, Michigan, about things that Julie wrote about. So what's going to happen is that someone's going to type in best restaurants in Northville. They're going to scroll down, and they're going to see, here's the Town Sites article for Julie, 6 must-try restaurants in Northville. It's going to pop right up in the searches, and so it's going to drive people right back to your town site. So that's just there. So let's just say Paul talked earlier about, let's say all of a sudden you find out that breaking news, you can immediately go to this the tab, content articles, write into an article. You can go ahead and title it, choose an image. You can send it to your Facebook, your Google Business, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your Twitter. So we're going to connect all of your business profiles to your town site and let you seamlessly go ahead and write articles to those. One of the cool features that that is in beta is there's going to be a button here that's going to be an advanced AI button. So you can click on that button, and it's going to scrape automatically everything happening in your community, so you can on the fly write content that's happening. And there's also going to be one for the community partners that'll be a little further along, that'll be specific to their profession. So if it's a financial planner, any financial planning articles or stories, it'll be able to pull those things up, and they'll be able to send that to their Google Business and to their LinkedIn, not to yours, to their own. So we're bringing them a ton of value to be your partner. So let's go over to the newsletter. So the newsletter is the crown jewel of Town Sites. This is what we arguably have the best newsletter in the industry, bar none. So I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick. I'm going to hang on. I pushed the wrong button here. I got to turn this on. So when I click on the newsletter, let me blow it up a little bit here. You can see it better. It matches the town site. So here's Julie's town site. You can see everything matches for continuity. So here's her town site. Here's her newsletter. And it'll be a paragraph about you. It'll be talk about everything about your community. It's nice and clean and organized. And then if you click on any of these